Mr. Wiggle and Mr. Waggle. Mr. Wiggle lived in a house and Mr. Waggle lived in a house. One day, Mr. Wiggle decided that he was going to go visit Mr. Waggle. So, he opened the gate and he came outside. And he closed the gate. And then he went up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill until he came to Mr. Waggle's house. And he knocked on the gate. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. No Mr. Waggle. So he went up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill, up the hill and down the hill until he got home. And he opened his gate. And he went inside. Whoop, and the gate closed. Well, about that time, Mr. Waggle decided that he wanted to go visit Mr. Wiggle. So he opened the gate and he came outside. And he closed the gate. And then he went up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill until he came to Mr. Wiggle's house. And he knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. No Mr. Wiggle. So he went up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill and up the hill until he got home. And then he opened the gate. And he went inside. Bloop, and he closed the gate. Well, a little time passed, and Mr. Wiggle and Mr. Waggle decided to go see each other again. So they opened their gate, and they came outside, and they closed the gate. And then they went up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill, and then they met in the middle. And they talked. Hello, Mr. Wiggle. Hello, Mr. Waggle. How are you today? Good, how are you? Until it was time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. And then they both went up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill until they got home. And they opened their gates. And they went inside. Bloop, the gates closed. And they went to sleep. The end.